Hey guys, I'm back again with another video, and this time I'll be telling you about all the differences that you need to know between the PUBG PC Lite and the PUBG Mobile on the Tencent Gaming Buddy emulator. I'll be talking about several factors including gameplay, graphics, controls, difficulty and a lot more to help you decide which game will be perfect for you. So strap in your seatbelts and get ready for this ride, cause I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of fun. So hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Techster 1504. My name is Utsav, and without wasting any further time, let's start this video. So basically, both the versions PUBG Mobile on Tencent Gaming Buddy and the PUBG PC Lite looks a lot similar from outside. And there's no way that anyone could deny that, since they've got the same weapons and equipments, same locations, same objectives and rules, but when you actually switch from one version to another, you'll notice on how different they actually are. And those differences are what I'll be talking about in this video. But before I go any further, I need to be clear that whenever I'll say PUBG Mobile, I'll refer to the Tencent Gaming Buddy. And to be honest, the results should not surprise you, since we are basically comparing a PC game to a mobile. But I'm sure you'll like it and it'll clear all of your doubts. So let's begin the comparison with the graphics. So the graphics in PUBG PC Lite are more similar to the PUBG Mobile than to the original PC version. And that makes sense, because it is created to be played on low-end systems and they didn't had any choice apart from lowering the graphics to achieve that goal. But that does not mean that the graphics on both of these games are completely identical, as I found that the PUBG PC Lite had better textures, rendering capabilities, effects and a lot more detailed interiors. And that should not surprise others, as even though it's meant for low-end PCs, it's still a PC game and not any emulated version of a mobile game. But I really hope that they implement the style feature where you get to choose different styles including colorful, classic, realistic and more, which I really like about the mobile version. So apart from the bright colors, the PUBG Mobile loses to the PUBG PC Lite in terms of graphics in almost every way possible. Now let's talk about optimizations. This is the reason why people were very excited about the PUBG PC Lite. That's because in low-end systems they couldn't have the pleasure of playing the original PUBG PC, and hence they had to satisfy themselves by playing the mobile version in the emulator. But to be honest, the emulated version is completely crap in terms of optimization. Since it's an emulator, it's a lot more power hungry than any other PC game with the same graphics. It is not at all optimized to run on low-end or sometimes even on high-end systems. Whenever you spot enemies, the game starts to lag, and even though you're capable and confident enough to kill those enemies, just because of the lag, you yourself get killed. This could be really irritating and annoying, and I personally stopped playing it for a while just because of this reason. But my experience is completely different on the PUBG PC Lite, as that game runs buttery smooth on most of the systems, and since its requirements are so low, you can even expect it to even run on low-end potato PCs. You can tweak several graphic options from the in-game, which will actually make a lot of difference, unlike the Tencent Gaming Buddy where no matter in which settings you are playing, you will face lag. So even though PUBG PC Lite has higher graphics, it's way better optimized to run on PCs. And if we talk about frame rates, we got 60 FPS constantly on PUBG PC Lite, and on the other hand, in Tencent Gaming Buddy it fluctuated between 20 to 30 most of the time. Note that the graphics on both of these games were set to the lowest settings possible so that this comparison could be fair. Now let's talk about the controls. So the default mouse and keyboard controls for both the versions are absolutely same. Apart from a couple of additional controls, they basically have the same keys in order to perform any action, so you wouldn't find it difficult to switch between the two. But the benefit with the PC version is that you can tweak each and every key to your liking, which makes it really easy for you to adjust and to adapt. This makes controlling the game a lot more easier, as you set it yourself based on what you find comfortable. But in the emulator, you don't get any such benefits. There in fact is an option using which you can tweak it, but as you can see that it looks a lot messy and complicated, so you can't do nothing but to adjust to it, even though you're not comfortable. Now I personally changed a lot of default controls in the PUBG PC Lite, and it actually improved my gameplay a lot, since now I don't need to look at the keyboard, lift my hand and then press 0 just in order to get a drink. This made a huge difference when in a gunfight, when you can take even a slightest risk to look away from your screen. Now it's time for the difficulty. So the difficulty of these kinds of online games is basically based on two factors. First of those factors is your skill, and the second one is your opponent's. So first, let's talk about your opponent's skill. If we consider PUBG Mobile in Tencent Gaming Buddy, you will notice that there are several bots roaming around with only one objective, and that is of getting killed by the real people. It's really easy to notice a bot as it just rushes towards you and do nothing apart from firing bullets in your direction with the worst accuracy possible. So basically the whole idea of this battle royale kind of fails, as there won't actually be 100 people jumping out of the plane in order to fight one another, as those 100 people won't actually all be real. So this makes the game a lot more easier, at least till 20 to 30 players are alive in the match. But that's not the case with the PUBG PC Lite, as all the players playing in the match are all real. So I've been playing this game for a week now, and till this point I didn't found even a single bot. Each kill that you get in this game feels like heaven, and each encounter with the enemy is memorable and unique, as everyone's got a different strategy and skills. Now that we have talked about the opponent's skill, let's talk about our own. The major part of our skill basically comprises of our aiming capabilities. And aiming is affected by several factors, including the gun that you're using and its recoil. So here's a clip where I'm using an M416 without any attachments. So look at the recoil that this gun has in PUBG PC Lite. That's insane, right? Now here's a clip of me using the same gun without any attachments in PUBG Mobile. Significantly less. So here's both of them side by side. So basically, you will have to practice a lot in order to get control of the guns properly in PUBG PC Lite, and in the mobile version, you basically need to worry more about the aiming part rather than its recoil. Now don't get me wrong, the recoil is present and you need to learn on how to control it in both of these games, but in PUBG PC Lite, it's a lot more difficult. And on top of that, in the mobile version, you get the aim assist option too. So in terms of difficulty, casual players who would like to have a little fun would love the mobile version, and more serious players should go for the PC as it demands a lot more skills. Now it might seem as if the PUBG PC is almost better in every possible manner than the mobile version, but that's not entirely true, as the mobile version has got several nice features that you don't get to see in the PUBG PC Lite or even in the original PUBG. Which includes a lot of additional features like the Royal Point system, which gives you gifts and items when you complete an objective, several of the different types of crates to customize your character, and loads of more features. And on top of all of that, the game is updated a lot more frequently than the PC version, and bugs are also fixed on quick regular intervals. And one of the main reasons on why people play this game is because you can log into it with your Facebook account in order to play it with your friends without actually having to search for them manually. It makes the whole process of teaming up a lot easier. One more thing is better in PUBG Mobile, and that's the waiting time before boarding the plane. Thanks to the bots, as we don't need to wait for 100 people to join the game. But in PC version, you will have to wait from anywhere around 3 to 5 minutes before the game begins. In mobile, you even get several other methods to communicate with your team in case you don't want to use the mic, which is completely missing from the PC version. You even get this auto looting feature, which is really handy. As in PC, you've got to do everything on your own, from looting to reloading, which could sometimes feel really slow if you haven't got the practice. So several of these small things are entirely missing from the PC version, but there are people who will actually prefer the harder take on the game. Now it's time for the verdict, which will summarize it all and help you to decide which game you should go for, the PUBG PC Lite or the PUBG Mobile on the Tencent Gaming Buddy emulator. So if you're like a casual gamer who would like to have a fun time with your friends and family and don't actually care about a really hardcore competition, PUBG Mobile is for you, as it has got everything that you need in order to have a fun time. From gameplay to sound, everything's great and you'll enjoy it a lot. But you'll need a powerful system in order to run it without any lag, because if you face lag rather than enjoying your time, you might actually get more annoyed. And if you're a hardcore gamer who really likes to work on his skills and compete against other great players but have a low-end PC, PUBG PC Lite is for you. Almost every aspect which actually matters for a nice competitive gameplay is present in it, and every encounter that you'll have will be unique and memorable. If you ask me, I would prefer the PUBG PC Lite over the PUBG Mobile because there isn't any lag and bots in the game. But if they could implement some of the earlier mentioned features onto this game, it will be the ultimate gem for gamers having the low-end systems. No matter which game you'd like to play, I'll leave the links to my videos that will help you out with it in the description box below, so make sure to check them out. So this was it for today guys. I really hope that you liked this video. and if you did, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for a lot more gaming and tech related videos like this. So thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.